Hello, everyone. This is your market update for Friday, May 9th, 2025, starting with the headlines. Trump says 80% China tariff seems right ahead of trade talks. I think they're set to begin on Saturday. Currently, tariffs are 145%. Ultimately, I agree with Paul Tudor Jones. They'll probably come down to 40 or 50% when everything is said and done, which is still very significant and will probably shave 2 to 3% off of growth. And that's why he also believes that stocks will come down to revisit the April lows and probably break them later this year. I wanted to start with the fear and greed index today. We're at a reading of 62, which is officially in the greed zone. And I think this is the first reading of this level so far in 2025. If we go over to the longer term chart, we'll see that we haven't really seen a reading of greed in 2025. The last time we were officially in that zone was in December of last year. So we are officially in agreed, which tells me that maybe the market is getting a little complacent and they think that things are going to get better, and this could be a time where prices begin to roll over. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. Over to the charts. Gold currently trading at $3,339. Prices rallied into the Fed meeting, reversed. We got a close below the 10-day EMA, formed a swing high, and now we're kind of stuck here. And we need a little downside follow through, another close below the 10-day EMA to support a left translated cycle. And then perhaps we will see a breakdown below the May low, which is around 3,200. But as long as prices hold the 10-day EMA, we could see another bounce. And if prices were to close above the high from, say, Wednesday around 3,450, that would keep the cycle alive and we could actually see a higher high. So we're kind of stuck in this range right now. We need prices to close above or below to get us near-term direction. Over to silver, currently trading at $32.75. Still just kind of stuck here going sideways. So above 34, and I think we could see more upside, whereas I think a couple strong closes below $32, and then that would support a downside breakout. Over to Bitcoin, currently trading at $102,850. We're up 6.40%, broke free from this consolidation range here, and we're going to see what happens. We're testing critical support around 100, and then I think the high here was around 109, 110 roughly. So we are about 5 or 6% away from new all-time highs, and we'll see if we see progressive closes above, let's say, 110. I think that would signal a breakout, and we could continue higher, which it's kind of a surprise to me because I think risk assets are probably going to roll over here with the stock market. But if it were to make new highs, then that means maybe the stock market isn't going to roll over as I expected here in May. Over to the S&P 500 futures, we are pretty much in the timing window where I think prices should roll over if we are going to continue to follow the 2022 breakdown. Ultimately, we should probably see prices roll over here around the 200-day moving average, ideally sometime here around mid-May in the next, I guess, week or so. And we'll see if it happens. Right now, prices are holding pretty strong. But again, with the fear and greed index at 62, it tells me that people are pretty confident that the market's going to continue higher, which could be a contrary indicator. So we'll see if we don't roll over here in the next week or two, then I could be wrong on my analysis, and maybe this April low will be more sustained. Over to GDX. Finished down yesterday 1.89%. Really, we're stuck between 47 and 51. Prices need to close above 51 to signal more upside, or they ultimately have to close below 47 to confirm an intermediate breakdown. This could take another week or two before we see which way prices settle. But ultimately, I think this was probably a bull trap so late in the cycle, and I think we're going to continue lower. So that's it for now. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you later.